All right, everybody, here's another example of a storyboard. I teach a class for military service members in Savannah, Georgia, and because they don't have access to corporate type projects and the Army is so heavily regulated, I suggest they go out in between sessions and practice. So this young man went to a Subway sandwich store. Now again, you can tell the measure phase has been done because he's got data. And it looks like he's going to focus on 3 sandwiches, and again the business case is customer satisfaction. Real life, I always stress for them to try to tie this to money if possible. A fulfilled order is measured. There's the operational definition, so very detailed in terms of what it is. There's the pre-analysis that's been done, so he's using a box plot, which tells me as a continuous y, cycle time, and discrete x number of sandwiches. He's using that in the define phase to explain why he's going to focus just on 3 sandwich orders. Now this is mini tab, so he's doing the capability analysis for 3 sandwich orders using an upper spec of 360 seconds. So basically 84% of sandwiches when you order 3 are out of spec. And just another way to show it, instead of the box plot here, he's using the histogram. A lot of times they're practicing. All right, there's the process for making a sandwich. You should always do a value stream map when your problem's related to cycle time, because cycle time is only created by a process. There are the steps that add value. One of the things I teach is almost every corporate process you do something similar at home. And usually how you do it at home is about as lean as it will get, and so I would argue, I think you'd agree, if you were going to make a sandwich at home, these are probably the value added steps. Everything else that corporations add in between are non-value added. Alright, spaghetti diagram, just showing some of the waste of movement. Spaghetti diagram is the only way you can show the waste of movement and transportation. And again, these all should be X's at this point. I'm assuming these are the root causes of long cycle time. Very well done, Fishbone. I see very full paragraphs indicating what the root cause of the problem is or are. Doesn't mean he's going to pursue all of them. All right, now the military has a habit of always having to present 3 courses of actions, and I've been trying to break these folks of that, but the main thing is to look in here and see if, and I apologize for that pop-up. It's happened since I started using Windows 10 and I cannot make it to go away. But here are the 3 courses of action, and he's doing a weighted prioritization matrix. And again, this is their attempt to practice most of these tools. It looks like he's going with course of action number 1. So I'm going to go back to that, eliminate the Sandwich Artist Pro and allow customers to make their own sandwiches. And again, this is a wild idea, but sometimes the best ideas come off of wild ideas that then people with more reasonable thought can build off of. But I kind of look at it and go, why can't you make your own sandwich? Because if you've never been to a Subway, they spend an inordinate amount of time putting on and off rubber gloves to avoid touching the register and the food. New process value stream map. Now the only thing these folks aren't going to have is after data, because they're not allowed to, of course, implement solutions at Subway. But it seems pretty obvious that would work. I'll show you another storyboard that has some after data as well. All right, everybody, here's one more with continuous data. This is a warehouse. Excuse me. Basically, this is a real project where a solution was implemented. Well, you've seen one so far without solution, one with it. This one also, they implemented it. They're supposed to do 100 cases per hour for a client. They're only doing about 78. And it's loose freight, so they have to pack it up. There's the data. So he's calculated the average. Got some weeks there. All right, there's his descriptive statistics. By the way, all of these have had a different software utilized. As I've said in the course, you can use whatever you like. Lower spec limit of 90. Again, they want to be 100, but at least don't go below 90, so they're not doing a good job. They're only hitting that 16% of the time. It looks like it's sort of stabilized around 80, but that's not good enough because we're supposed to be at 100. One of my concerns would be we've never even been at 100. And if you recall that 70% rule I developed, that could be a red flag for how capable this process is overall. All right, there's the value stream map. Typically, as we know in Lean, 95% of the steps add no value. He's saying these are non-value added, but the customer requires that they do it, so they're not going to be able to get rid of them. All right, most of the process is non-value added. 4 steps in the process that we have control over. So those he's going to try to fix. All right, and so 4 ideas. 4 pallets would be stacked on the rack in the morning. This eliminates multiple trips. So again, when you're dealing with cycle time, you're going to see a lot of the Lean application. Eliminates 3 trips to the pallet trailer. All right, and I love the use of pictures to show that you actually did it before, after. You're going to see in a minute, this project saves quite a bit, and it's very low-hanging fruit. Going to take an extra associate at the end of the day. Okay, and they're going to help close out. This will allow the loose freight associate to keep packing. Now, that's what they mean by throwing. That's the technical term. All right. Used in the associate would stay logged in. All right, let's see. Yep, there's a picture of it. He's staying logged in, scanning the pallet and doing it from the lift instead of having to get off. There's the extra associate helping out. Right, so one's throwing, one's closing. Another example. Okay, some more solutions, and let's see if it worked. Yeah, they got it to 90. 90 cases, still not 100, and I didn't know if that was going to be possible. Yep, there's the new data, and there's a great little box plot before and after. So there's the old process, the new. So again, these projects don't have to be, solving world hunger. The key to Lean Six Sigma is showing before and after improvement on a mathematical metric, which this person did. Sigma increase. Yield is now 52%. And he actually quantified the financial impact of this, and you can see that here. And really need to see more of this in real projects. The more you can tie yourself to money, I'll just give you a little hint in your corporate growth, the more you'll be noticed. And when cuts and reductions come in a company, they tend to not want to cut a person that they know can associate themselves with financial savings. And here's the control phase. It's now part of the audit process. So this is a wonderful project. Again, sorry for that pop-up. I can't fix it. I don't know what to do.